Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is your first program. Just print, and whatever you want to print, uh, write it over here in a string form and execute it. Okay, now shortcut we have to execute is control plus enter. Okay, if I, you can see here I have executed this only one time. Okay, only once I have executed this. You want to execute, re-execute, you can just go here, run, and then click on run, or shortcut as I said, control plus enter. So if I hit control plus enter, you can see here the same output appears, and here this number is 2 now. That means I have executed it 2 times. Okay, are you getting my point? Okay, so now control plus enter just executes this cell and keeps you at the same cell. Okay, if you want to go to next cell, you have to use shift plus enter. Okay, instead of control plus enter, you have to use shift plus enter. Now suppose I want to go to next cell. After executing this, I will hit shift plus enter. See, this has been executed, and now I'm at another cell. Okay, I'm at next cell. Okay, clear this thing. First Python program, a simple print statement. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay. Now first we will see about the comments, how to add comments, and what is the purpose of adding comments, and what are different ways that we can use to add comments. Okay, so comment in Python starts from hash. Okay, whatever appears after the hash is not executable. Okay, that cannot be executed. ओके, हॅशच्या नंतर जे काही तुम्ही टाईप करता ते एक्झिक्यूट होणार नाही. ओके, दॅट विल बी कन्सिडर्ड ॲज अ कमेंट. Okay, for example, here you can see I have written one sentence here. This is a comment. Okay, and I have written hash in front of that. Okay, so this will be a comment. It will appear in a light blue color. Okay, light blue color, you can understand that it is a comment. If it appears in light blue color, it is a comment. Okay, and the rest of the thing, it is executable. Like this print statement, hello world, it is executable. Okay, I will try to execute this thing, and you can see the output. Okay, hello world, my output is hello world. That means only hello world, this part is executed, this string is executed. Okay, and this is a comment, is considered as a comment just because I have entered hash in front of that comment. Okay, there is a shortcut to add a comment or uncomment. The shortcut is control plus forward slash. Okay, control plus forward slash. If I click on this line, and if I hit control forward slash, it will be uncomment. Can you see it? It is uncommented now. Okay, is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Again, if I hit control forward slash, it will be commented. Okay, so this is the shortcut. Whatever part you want to comment, you can just select that part of code and hit control forward slash. Okay, for example, if I select this part, or if I select, this will be uncomment. If I select both the lines and hit control forward slash, whole code will be commented. Okay, you can see a hash here. Okay, if I again hit control forward slash, it will be uncommented. Okay, got it? How to comment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, comments can also be placed at the end of the line, and Python will ignore the rest of the line. Whatever comment we have seen here, we have commented the whole line. Okay, but if you want to comment a part of line, how can we do that? Simply this example. Okay, now this is a for loop. Just ignore the program, but just concentrate on the comment. Okay, I want to comment this part. for loop starts from here. Okay, so I have added hash here at this point of time. Okay, for this now you cannot use shortcut. Okay, because if you use shortcut control forward slash, it will comment the whole line. Okay, so instead of using control forward slash, what you have to do is you have to type hash whatever you want to comment, type hash in front of that. Okay, for example, if I hit backspace, this will be uncommented. Okay, if I again type forward so hash, it will be commented. Okay, got it? How to comment a part of line?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
स्पेस देऊन स्पेसच द्यायला लागतो ना,
स्पेसची काही गरज नाही.
तसं काही नाही ना?
नाही नाही, you can just
Okay.
hit you can just enter hash, it will be commented. Okay, no need of space. For example, here if I want to comment like this line will print the data type of I. Okay, this is my comment. Okay, this line will print the data type of I want to comment this, just add hash in front of that. Okay, got it?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now I will execute this and see how it ignores the comment. So I executed this, and see, as it is a for loop, it will be iterating the each statement number of times. Okay, how many number of times? The number of times, the number of characters in that particular string. Okay, this string has 6 characters, python, so it will be iterating 6 times. Okay, first time this one print I, it will just print p, first character, then print type of I, that means data type of that I. Okay, the data type is class string. Then it will print next character y, data type of that string, next character t, data type of that string, next character h, data type of that string, and so on. Okay, don't think much about the program, we are going to see later how to use for loop, but just remember how the comment is being ignored here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, now coming towards next part. What is a comment? What does a comment tell us about the program? Comment, it can be any part of code that is not executable, that you don't want to execute, or it can be any particular information about the code. Okay, for example, here in this part, sorry, here in this part, if you see, now this is not information, it is just another part of code. Okay, that I have commented, I don't want to execute this. Okay, so I have commented this part. I just want to execute this statement, print cheersmate. Okay, so I have commented this hello world and just uncommented the print cheersmate. Okay, execute this, you can see here cheersmate. Okay, so remember, what is the purpose of comment? It gives us the information about the code, as well as it can be the part of code that we don't want to execute. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next is multi-line comments. Okay, multi-line comments means if there are more than one line of comments, then that is called as a multi-line comment. Okay, now we don't have any particular syntax for multi-line comment, you have to just add hash in front of that particular line. Okay, for example, this is a multi-line comment, this is a comment written in more than just one line. Okay, there are 3 lines. Okay, and I have added hash here in front of each line, so that it will be commented. Okay, so I'll just execute this. Here it executes the print statement says hello world. Okay, or there is another way to execute a multi-line command. You can use a multi-line string. Okay, multi-line string. I'll tell you how to use a multi-line string, but it is generally not preferred to use a multi-line string for comment. Okay, this is a way to use multi-line string. Okay, string means whatever is enclosed in single quote or double quote, that is called a string. Now this is a string. Hello world is a string because it is enclosed in double quotes. Okay, so similarly that string can be enclosed in 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. Okay, for example this 3 double quotes, so we can write a multi-line string. Okay, जेव्हा तुम्हाला multi-line string लिहायची असते, you can use 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. Okay, and let's try to execute this. I execute this, only hello world is executed. Okay, the string has been ignored. Okay, so you can use multi-line string also to use multi-line comments. Okay, you can also use 3 single quotes instead of 3 double quotes. Oh, just a second. Here 3 single quotes, and if I execute this, this also gives me the same output. Okay, got it?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now after comments, let's move towards the next topic, that is Python indentation. Okay, what is Python indentation? Indent is nothing but the space, or it represents a block of code. Okay, it represents a block of code. एक कोडचा एक पार्ट कुठे स्टार्ट होतोय एक्झॅक्टली आणि कुठे फिनिश होतोय, that is represented by a indentation. Okay, so here in Python we don't have any particular curly bracket or anything like that, or any triangular bracket like HTML मध्ये जसे triangular brackets असतात, that represents block of code. Or in C, if you have used C language, there are curly brackets. Okay, a curly bracket, open curly bracket, that means that is a different block of code. तिथून पुढे तुमचा वेगळा कोड स्टार्ट झालाय. Okay, then again a closed curly bracket, that code has finished. Okay, so we don't have any particular character here, but we have indentation. Indentation means spaces that are used to show a block of code. Okay, a beginning of code and end of code. Okay, so indentation refers to spaces at the beginning of the code line, where in other programming languages like C, I said, we have special characters like, let's say, open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Okay, so here we have indentation. So Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code, and it must be uniform throughout the block. Uniform means whatever spaces we are using at the beginning of the code, we must use same number of spaces till the end of the code. It will represent a block. Okay, for example, now here I've taken a code: if 5 is greater than 2, print 5 is greater than 2. Okay, you can see here after this if condition, what I have done is my print starts from here. Okay, this is around 4 spaces, 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, these are 4 spaces, so I have given 4 spaces. That represents a block of code. What does it mean? After the if statement, the print statement starts from here. Okay, anybody's putting messages? Okay, so what does it mean? That this is a separate block of code. Okay, it starts from this point. So these 4 spaces represent the indentation. Okay, I'll execute this code, control enter. See, now if we are using if, so it is comparing this 5 and 2. If this condition is true, then it will go to this part. Okay, then and then it will go to the inner part. Okay, if this condition is false, it will not go to the inner part. Okay, this represents a block of code. Are you getting? समजते?
परत एकदा सांगा ना.
See, I have used 4 spaces after this print. So before this print. Okay, so these 4 spaces represent my indentation. This is a separate block of code. Okay, my program will consider this as one block. Okay, जोपर्यंत 4 spaces आहेत तोपर्यंत माझा प्रोग्राम त्याला एक ब्लॉक कन्सिडर करेल. ओके, लाईक हिअर. ओके, आता फक्त 4 स्पेसेसच असं काही कंपल्शन नाही. ओके, यू कॅन यूज एनी नंबर ऑफ स्पेसेस. ओके, just that it should be constant throughout that block of code. Okay, like I will show you an example. I've taken the similar example, and what I'm doing is I'm reducing the number of spaces. Okay, I am just using 2 spaces. Okay, now it is showing red, but this is executable. Even if I execute this, see, it will show me the output. 5 is greater than 2. Okay, so it represents a block of code, whether it is 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 spaces, but standard is 4 spaces. That means 1 tab. Okay, so whenever you type a code, suppose I type a code if 5 is greater than 2, or if I type code if 3 is greater than 1 colon, and I hit enter. Okay, whenever I hit enter, it by default goes to this position. Okay, after 4 spaces. Okay, so my print statement should start from here, or whatever is my next program, it should start from here. Okay, because it represents a block. Let's say I will write here 3 is greater than 1. Okay, and I will comment this part, and if I execute this, see, I'm getting the output 3 is greater than 1. Okay, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what will happen if I
Block
uncomment
of
this?
sorry sir.
Yes, yes.
Throughout the block of code मध्ये space I mean indentations सेमच राहतील का?
सेमच असायला पाहिजे. हाच माझा मुद्दा आहे. आता मी हाच पॉइंट सांगणार आहे.
Okay.
Now what I have done here is I have used 4 spaces for this print and 2 spaces for this print. What will be the output? I'll try to execute. Control enter. It shows me an error. What is the error? Indentation error. Okay, what is the description of this error? Unindent does not match any outer indentation level, and it has shown me the position also. Okay, where is my error exactly? My error is here at this print. Okay, print 5 is greater than 2 at this print. That means this is wrong. Okay, so throughout the block of code, the indentation must be constant. It means that my print should be at this position. Are you getting my point?
Yes sir.
Okay, now I will execute this. See, it is executing both the statements. Okay, 3 is greater than 1, 5 is greater than 2. Both the statements have been executed. Okay, समझते?
Yes. Yes sir.
I will execute this also, and I will also add one more here. This will be the correction. Okay, let's move towards next. Now this is also one program. What I'm doing here is I'm comparing A and B. Okay, if A is greater than B, print A, and again in that block of code. Now this is a block of code. Okay, या print पासून इथपर्यंत this is a block of code. Okay, and in this block of code again I am taking one more condition. If A is greater than C. Now see the indentation. Here the indentation is at same place, here also the indentation is at same place. Okay, but after this conditional statement, if A is greater than C, my indentation will change. Okay, it will be now changed. Okay, आता माझं indentation कुठं असेल, 4 spaces from this point. Okay, from this point 1 2 3 4. Okay, why? Because this is another block of code. In this block of code, this is another block of code. समझते हैं?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll execute this. Oh, sorry, I have not defined A, B and C. I'll define it first. Let's say A equals to 10, B equals to 20, C equals to 5, or we'll make A equals to 20, B equals to 10, C equals to 5. I'll execute this. So it is printing 20 20 two times. Okay, first time when after this condition, if A is greater than B, print A. Okay, and second time it is again comparing A with C, that means 20 with 5. Okay, here it is comparing 20 with 10, and here it is comparing 20 with 5. Okay, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what will happen if I use this print at this point? Is it right? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
How is it correct?
In the same block of code, the indentations are same.
These indentations are same, but from this point, the block of code, there is one more block of code. Okay, so remember, whenever this colon appears, it represents a block of code. Okay, so this is wrong. See, I'll execute this. See, it shows indentation error. Okay, expected an indented block after if statement or line 6. Okay, after this, that means here we should have indentation in this way. This is correct. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one more code here. By using for loop, I have taken a range of 1 to 10, and I'm printing A. That means it will print 1 to 10. Okay, here also it represents this indentation. Okay, because here you can see there is a colon. Okay, colon, that means there should be indentation after that. So I'll execute this. See, it is printing 1 to 9. Okay, because I have taken um, a range of 1 to 10. 10 is excluded. Okay, so it will print up to 9 only. 1 to 9. Python will give you an error if you skip indentation. Okay, for example, this one, I have skipped the indentation here. Actually, it should be in this fashion. Okay, there should be indentation here before print. Okay, this will be executed. Okay, but if I skip this indentation, if I type it in this way, then it will give me error. Okay, what is the error? Indentation error. Expected an indented block after if statement on line 1. ओके, या इफ स्टेटमेंट नंतर त्याला इंडेंटेशन एक्सपेक्टेड होतं, बट आपण कोणत्याही प्रकारचं इंडेंटेशन यूज केलं नाही, त्यामुळे आपल्याला एरर भेटला. गॉट इट? Okay, the number of spaces is up to you as a programmer. The most common is 4, but it has to be at least 1. Okay, there should be at least one space नॉट नेसेसरी 4 स्पेसेस पाहिजे किंवा टॅबच पाहिजे, बट देर शुड बी ॲटलिस्ट 1 स्पेस. ओके, by default or standard is 4 spaces. Okay, you can see here there is only 1 space for this indentation, and for this there are number of spaces. How many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 number of spaces. Okay, I'll execute this. See, it is executable. Got it? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Amar.
Okay. So how many spaces are required for indentation? Tell me.
Minimum one space.
Minimum 1 space, and maximum you can use as much as you want. Okay, and what is the standard? How many spaces should be there?
Four space.
4 spaces. Okay, or you can just use a tab. Okay, you have to use same number of spaces in the same block of code, otherwise Python will give error. This I have explained you. Okay, for example, here you have used 1 space for this print statement, and you have used 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 spaces for this print statement. Okay, so this is the same block of code. एकच ब्लॉक आहे हा. त्यात एका प्रिंटला आपण यूज केले 1 स्पेस आणि दुसऱ्या स्टेटमेंटला आपण यूज केले 8 स्पेसेस. सो दिस इज रॉंग. ओके, इट विल गिव्ह अस error. Okay, if you want the program to be executed properly, use same number of spaces for within a block of code in this way. Okay, clear indentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move towards next point, variables. Now what are variables? Okay, in any programming language you need some variables to store the data. Okay, so variables are nothing but just containers. Okay, it plays a role of container to store the data. Whatever you want to store, you want to store any number, any particular word, any particular string, any particular statement, that has to be stored in a particular container. That container is called as a variable. Okay, just as simple as mathematics. तुम्ही mathematics मध्ये जसे variables use करता x and y, same here also you have variables. Okay, it need not to be x or y or any particular alphabet, it can be any alphabet or any particular word. Okay, we'll see later what are the rules for variables, but variable is nothing but a container. You store a particular value in that variable. Okay, and next thing, here in Python you need not to use any special command for declaring a variable. Okay, or defining the data type of variable. Python मध्ये तुम्हाला व्हेरिएबल डिक्लेअर करण्यासाठी किंवा त्याचा डेटा टाइप ठरवण्यासाठी कोणतीही स्पेशल कमांड यूज करायची नाहीये. ओके, जस्ट असाइन दॅट व्हॅल्यू टू द व्हेरिएबल अँड दॅट्स इट. ओके, सो युअर व्हेरिएबल इज क्रिएटेड व्हेनेवर यू असाइन द व्हॅल्यू. तुमचं व्हेरिएबल कधी क्रिएट होतं? ज्या वेळेस तुम्ही त्याला एक व्हॅल्यू असाइन करता. That value can be number, that can be integer, that can be float, that can be a string, it can be complex number, anything. Okay, so variable is created as soon as you assign a value, and the data type of that variable is decided by what value you are assigning to that variable. त्या व्हेरिएबलचा डेटा टाइप हा कशावरून ठरतो? तुम्ही काय व्हॅल्यू असाइन करताय त्याच्यावरून त्याचा डेटा टाइप ठरतो. ओके, तुम्ही इंटिजर असाइन केला, दॅट डेटा टाइप इज इंटिजर. तुम्ही फ्लोट असाइन केला, द डेटा टाइप विल बी फ्लोट, डेसिमल्स. तुम्ही एखादी कॅरेक्टर असाइन केलं, दॅट इज डेटा टाइप विल बी स्ट्रिंग. ओके, एखादा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर असाइन केला, इट विल बी कॉम्प्लेक्स. इन दिस वे. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for example, we have taken a variable y here. Okay, and we are assigning a string to that y. Okay, my string is nothing but this word John. Okay, So what I'm doing is I'm using a string to assign to this variable y. Okay, and I'm printing that y. Okay, let's see the output. See, it is printing John. Okay, so what is the value stored in this y? John. It is a string John. Okay, now another example we'll take. I'm storing 10, integer 10 in this variable a. Okay, and I'm printing that variable as well as the data type of that variable. Okay, type is a function which gives us the data type of that variable. Okay, I'll execute this. See here, we got uh, a is printed. Okay, that means 10 is printed and the data type is printed. What is the data type? Integer. Int means integer. Similarly, if here, if you print the data type of y, it will show you the data type string. Okay, str means string of characters. Are you getting? Samaste?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now just tell me here I am assigning another value to this variable a. ओके, ए ला आपण अगोदर 10 असाइन केला होता. आता मी 10.1 असाइन करतोय आणि प्रिंट करतोय ए आणि टाइप ऑफ ए म्हणजे डेटा टाइप ऑफ ए. व्हॉट विल बी माय आउटपुट? काय असेल आउटपुट?
10.1 and float.
राइट, 10.1 and float. We are printing a, that means 10.1, and type of a, data type of a, that means data type will be float because this is not an integer. हा integer नाही आहे, whole number नाही आहे. Okay, it has a decimal point here, so the data type automatically becomes float. I'll execute this. See here, 10.1 and class float. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next thing, variables do not need to be declared with any particular type and can even change type after they have been set. कोणतेही पर्टिक्युलर डेटा टाइपचे व्हेरिएबल डिक्लेअर करण्याची गरज नाही. ओके, किंवा एखाद्या व्हेरिएबलला आपण व्हॅल्यू सुद्धा चेंज करू शकतो. ओके, फॉर एक्झाम्पल हियर I have assigned 4, integer 4 to x. Okay, and immediately after that my next statement is I have assigned this string Sally to x. Okay, so till this statement x is storing integer 4, but after this statement x will be storing this string Sally. So what should be printed here? Print x output काय असेल?
Second condition. Sally integer. Sorry, string.
Right, Sally will be the output. Okay, because I am just printing x, I am not printing the data type, it will just print Sally. Okay, got it? And what if I also use type of x? What will be the output now? What will be the output?
X string set.
Correct,
str.
Sally and class str means string. The data type of this x is string. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember this point, the value that is stored in a particular variable, the latest value is being stored. Okay, after this Sally, if I use any other value to assign to that x, it will store that particular value. Okay, so latest value assigned to that variable is stored in that variable. Let's move forward. Next is casting. Now what is casting? Casting means you you can specify a particular data type of a particular variable by with the help of casting, with the help of constructors. Okay, for example, here you can see this 3 is green. That means it is an integer. Okay, but as I'm using a string constructor, str is my constructor, so my data type here will become string. Okay, here I'm using int constructor, integer constructor for this 3, so my data type will be integer. Here I am using float as a constructor, so my data type will be float. Okay, I'll show you the output. Print x comma y comma z. You can see 3 different outputs here. Okay, 3 3 3.0. Okay, now if I, instead of printing xyz, I will also print the data types here. I'll show you the data types of xyz. Type of x, type of y, comma type of z, and you can see all the 3 data types. Okay, x का data type का है string, because I have used casting here, I have used constructor here, string constructor. Okay, y चा data type का है integer, because I have used int constructor. Z चा data type float, because I have used float constructor. So you can achieve casting, or casting म्हणतात त्याला, किंवा टाइप कास्टिंग पण म्हणतात. ओके, टाइप कास्टिंग मीन्स चेंजिंग द डेटा टाइप. ओके, आपण विल सी लेटर ऑन. आपण ज्यावेळेस डेटा टाइप्स बघू त्यावेळेस आपण डिटेल मध्ये बघणार आहोत हाऊ टू चेंज द डेटा टाइप्स. बट राइट नाउ just remember, casting or type casting is nothing but changing the data type of a particular variable. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how to get the data type of a particular variable, that we have seen by using a type function. Okay, for example, here if you see, x is storing 5, y is storing John, and we are printing the data type of x and y. I'll execute this. What will be the data type of x and y? Tell me.
Integer and string.
Integer and string.
Integer and string. Here. Okay, got it? Now let's move towards next topic, the variable names. Okay, what should be the variable names? We cannot use any particular name as a variable. Okay, there are some limitations, there are some rules in Python for defining variables. Okay, so variable can have a short name like x, y, a, b, c, d, any particular character, or more descriptive names such as age, car name, total volume, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so instead of using a single character, your variable names must be एक्सप्रेसिव्ह. ओके, व्हेरिएबलचं नाव वाचल्यानंतर आपल्याला कळलं पाहिजे की हे व्हेरिएबल एक्झॅक्टली काय आहे. सो जनरली व्हेरिएबल नेम्स शुड बी expressive. Okay, it should express what exactly it is storing. Okay, for example, age, you can read that variable name age and you can imagine that it must be somebody's age. Okay, car name, okay, you can read that variable car name and imagine that this must be the name of a car. Okay, so variable name should be mostly descriptive. And what are the rules for Python variables? There are 5 rules for Python variables. You must remember these rules. Okay, this is the very basic thing of variables. Variable declare करताना हे rules तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवलेच पाहिजेत. These are very important. First thing, a variable name must start with a letter or underscore character. We are going to see this in detail, but I'm just reading the rules. Okay, a variable name must start with letter or underscore character. कोणतंही व्हेरिएबल नेम एखाद्या लेटरने स्टार्ट झालं पाहिजे, अल्फाबेटने स्टार्ट झालं पाहिजे किंवा अंडरस्कोरने स्टार्ट झालं पाहिजे. Variable names are case sensitive. Case sensitive in the sense this age, small age, capital A and small ge, this age, and all the 3 characters capital A, G, E are 3 different variables. हे 3 वेगवेगळे variables आहे. Okay, the name is same, age, age and age, but the case of character is small or large. That defines the another variable. Okay, next point. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. Alphanumeric characters means alphabets or numbers and underscores. Okay, alphabets from capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, numbers from 0 to 9 and underscore. फक्त याच कॅरेक्टर्सचे व्हेरिएबल्स पायथन मध्ये अलाउड आहेत. ओके, नो स्पेशल कॅरेक्टर्स. A variable name cannot start with a number. ओके, व्हेरिएबलचं नाव नंबर पासून स्टार्ट नाही झालं पाहिजे. ओके, लाईक लेट्स से 1 car or 2 car. This should not be the name of the variable. Okay, that is illegal. Okay, it should not start with the number. It should always start with a alphabet or underscore. Then a variable name cannot be any of the Python keywords. This is one important point. There are some fixed keywords in Python that are used for some different purpose. That words we cannot use as a variable name. ते वर्ड्स आपण व्हेरिएबल नेम म्हणून यूज करू शकत नाही, कारण त्याचा मीनिंग वेगळा आहे. पायथॉन मध्ये त्याला एक स्पेसिफिक मीनिंग आहे. ओके, ते आपण व्हेरिएबल नेम्स म्हणून यूज करू शकत नाही. नेक्स्ट, विल सी वन बाय वन what does this rule mean. Okay, so first rule is a variable name must start with alphabet or underscore. Okay, so this is a legal variable. Okay, it is starting with alphabet. Okay, just a second. So here this variable var, it is starting with alphabet. Okay, this is legal variable. I'll print this value of this variable. See, this is a legal variable. Okay, we have stored 10 in this variable var and we have printed this. Next, it can also start with underscore. Okay, underscore var, this is also legal. Okay, I'll print this also, print underscore var. Here, this is the output. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now what if we start a variable with a special character? Now this and sign or ampersand is a special character. Okay, what if I store some kind of variable in this and try to print this, print and var. I'll execute this. It shows me an error. What is the error? Invalid syntax. Okay, what is the error? Invalid syntax, and it is showing me the position also. Where is the error? Here at this point, ampersand. Why? Because we cannot use any special character at the start of the variable. Okay, are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I will use a number. Okay, in the start. Okay, I will use a number. Let's say 10 var equals to, I'm storing 100 in this and try to print this 10 var. See, even if I use number in the start, it shows me invalid decimal literal. Okay, syntax error, because I cannot use this number in the start of the variable name. Clear this rule? First rule.
Yes, sir.
Okay, somebody please tell me what is the first rule.
We cannot start with numbers. It should be in our characters.
Okay, in simple words, a variable name must start with a letter or underscore. Okay, nothing else than this. Okay, it should start with letter or alphabet or underscore. Next rule, second rule, variable names are case sensitive. Okay, variable names are case sensitive, meaning that this var 50 and this var 500, these two are different things. Okay, this variable has a name var, this variable also has a name var, but this is in uppercase, this is in lowercase. Okay, and I'll print this, print var. See, I can print both the things, 550. Got second rule? समझ ला second rule?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is second rule? Somebody please tell.
Variable name are case sensitive.
Right. Then next, third rule is a variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. Okay, variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. That means characters A to Z, numbers 0 to 9, and underscore. Okay, for example, now this is here I have used the alphabet NAME, as well as I have used a number. Okay, name 1. I have assigned a mole value to that, and I'm printing this. Okay, this is legal. Okay, that will do. Or we can also use alphabets, underscore, and numbers. Okay, numbers we can use uh, at all positions except first position. Okay, first rule लक्षात ठेवायचा. Okay, this is also okay. Understood? Third rule.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now third rule means we can use alphabets, numbers, or underscore. Conversely, it also means that we cannot use the special characters in the variable name. ओके, यापैकी कोणतेही स्पेशल कॅरेक्टर आपण यूज करू शकत नाही, यापैकीच नाही कोणत्याच प्रकारचा स्पेशल कॅरेक्टर आपण यूज करू शकत नाही एक्सेप्ट अंडरस्कोर. ओके, अंडरस्कोर इज ऑल्सो स्पेशल कॅरेक्टर, बट यू कॅन यूज इट. Okay, other special characters are not allowed. I have tried here name, I have tried dollar sign, and I'll try to print this. Sorry, I have to print name dollar. See, it gives me a syntax error. What is the syntax error? It shows me the position here. Okay, this dollar sign is a syntax error. It is not allowed. Got it? Third rule.
Yes, sir.
Third rule समझला है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fourth rule is a variable name cannot start with a number. Okay, this we have seen in first rule also. Okay, number ने अपन start करू शकत नाही, but we can use a number after the first position. Okay, so if I try to print this 12 var, it will throw me an error. But if I try to print this var 12 equals to 12 and try to print this var 12, that's okay. Okay, so number cannot be used at the start. It can be used at any other position. Got it? Fourth rule.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then last rule, and very important rule, a variable name cannot contain any of the Python keywords. Python has some specific keywords which have a particular meaning, a specific meaning. That words we cannot use as a variable name. Okay, what are the reserve keywords or Python keywords? These are the reserve keywords. Okay, these are some of the examples, but actually there are 35 36 keywords in Python. Okay, in older versions there were less keywords, in newer versions there are some more added. Okay, so these keywords we cannot use as a um, variable name. Okay, false, await, else, import, pass, none, break, except, in, raise, true, class, all these keywords we cannot use as a variable name. Okay, how to get the keywords? We can import this library. Okay, import keyword. What we are doing here, we are importing a library. What is the library? Library's name is keyword. Okay, then here what we are doing is we are printing the keyword list, and here we are printing the length of, sorry, print the length of keyword list. Okay, I'll execute this. See, it prints the list of keywords. Okay, these are the keywords in Python 3, from false to yield. How many keywords are there? There are 35 keywords. Okay, now what if I try to use one of these keyword as a variable name? Okay, for example, for is a keyword. Okay, how to identify keyword? If it comes in green color, that is a keyword. Okay, in Jupyter notebook, if that particular variable or whatever you type, it comes in a green color, that is a Python keyword. Now I'm trying to use for, and I will print for. See, it throws an error, invalid syntax. Why? Because for is a keyword in Python. Or I'm trying to use or, print or. See, it throws an error, invalid syntax. Are you getting my point? Fifth rule.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now tell me all the 5 rules one by one. Come on. Yes, Pooja, first rule. First rule, Pooja. Okay, anybody from you? First rule. What is the first rule?
Yes, sir. We
Started
cannot
with
start with the number. It should be in a characters or underscore.
Right. Variable name should start from a character or uh, underscore.
underscore.
Okay.
Underscore.
Second rule. Second rule. Somebody else?
Variable is a case sensitive.
Variable case sensitive.
Case sensitive. Right. That means small var is different than capital var, or small characters used in a variable name are different than capital characters. Third rule. What is third rule?
Variable name can only contain alphanumeric and underscore.
Your voice is very low.
Variable name can only contain alphanumeric and underscore.
Right. Alphanumeric or underscore.
Underscore.
Okay. That means special characters are not allowed. Then fourth rule.
Uh, Variable, it means characters are different, like small or capital, so it consider different.
That is second rule actually, case sensitive.
Okay, okay, sure.
Okay. Fourth rule. What is fourth rule?
It
Variable
is
name
cannot
should
start
not
with
start with
number.
number, right? And what is fifth rule?
It cannot be use any Python keywords.
Yes,
Keywords.
variable name cannot be any Python keyword. Okay, what are the
Keyword.
keywords? For, is, or, and, lambda, pass, raise, return, known, local. Okay, all of these are keywords. There are almost 35 keywords in Python 3. Okay, so variable name cannot be one of these keywords. Okay, clear? Python rules for variable. Now, next point is legal variables and illegal variables. Okay, so what are legal variables and illegal variables? All those accepted by Python are called as legal variables. Okay, and those which are not accepted by Python are called illegal variables. Okay, for example, suppose is it legal or illegal? Tell me. Tell me, it is legal or illegal?
I think it's legal.
Legal. Okay, I'll execute this. You can see the output is Tesla.
Legal.
Okay, so it is legal. I'll write here. Then um, now tell me, it is legal or illegal?
Illegal.
Illegal.
Illegal. If I try to execute this, it shows me invalid syntax. Why? Because special character cannot be used as a variable name. So this is illegal. Okay. Similarly, whichever rule does not apply for the variable name, that is illegal. Okay. Whichever rule applies, that is a legal variable. Understood? Legal and illegal variables. Understood?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now next is types of variables. Okay. There are two types of variables in Python: global variable and local variable. Okay, global variable and local variable. Now this is actually defined according to the uh, we can say a range of a particular variable. Okay, some variables have a local range. Okay, they are available locally, and some variables have global range. They are available globally. Globally means they are available throughout the code. ओके, संपूर्ण कोड मध्ये कुठेही त्याला यूज करा, तो अवेलेबल आहे. दॅट इज अ ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल. ओके, आणि एखादा व्हेरिएबल जर पर्टिक्युलर ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड मध्येच अवेलेबल असेल, दॅट पर्टिक्युलर व्हेरिएबल इज अ लोकल व्हेरिएबल. Okay, let's see in detail. So variables that are created outside a function, as in all of the examples above, वरती जे आपण examples बघितले, that are called as global variables. Okay, because that are created outside a particular function or outside a particular block of code. Okay, and global variables can be used by everyone, both inside of the function and outside of the function. Okay, everyone म्हणण्यापेक्षा global variables can be used, we can say everywhere or anywhere, both inside the function as well as outside of the function. Okay, now we'll take an example. I'll show you what is the range of a particular global variable or local variable. Okay, now here I have used a variable x Okay, I have assigned a value awesome to that variable. Now this is a global variable. Okay, this is a global variable. Why? Because this variable will be available anywhere in this code. Okay, this is a code for a function. Okay, I have defined my function. Okay, this is a function named as myfunc, and in that function what I'm doing is I'm printing this statement: python is, this is the string, and I'm adding this variable to that string. Okay, so python is, and what is the value of this variable? Awesome. So python is awesome should be my output. Okay, and here I'm calling the function. Okay, here I'm defining the function, defining the function, and here I'm calling the function. Okay, now if I execute this code, see, my output is python is awesome. Okay, so here this x variable is available inside this block of code. Okay, variable x is available inside a block of code. Okay, or it is available anywhere. ओके, या कोड मध्ये मी कुठेही यूज केलं मी एक्स व्हेरिएबल तरी मला ते अवेलेबल आहे. सो दॅट्स वाय दिस व्हेरिएबल इज कॉल्ड एज ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल. अंडरस्टूड व्हॉट इज ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल? हॅलो, अंडरस्टूड?
परत एकदा
Yes,
सांगता
sir.
का सर?
Okay, so here I have defined this variable x equals to awesome. I have assigned value awesome to that variable x, and that is declared outside of the block. Okay, so this variable is available anywhere in the code. ज्या कोड मध्ये कुठेही मी यूज केलं, एक्स इथे यूज केलं किंवा ह्याच्या नंतर जरी यूज केलं, मी इथे जरी यूज केलं ना प्रिंट एक्स, किंवा इथे जरी यूज केलं ना मी ह्याच्या नंतर print x, it is available anywhere. Okay, if I execute this, see, python is awesome. Okay, this is output of this print statement. After that I have print x, so awesome will be printed, awesome is printed. Okay, and after execution of this function I'm again executing this print x, so awesome, this is also printed. So my x variable is available inside the block of code, outside the block of code, anywhere within the code. That's why it is a global variable. Okay, available anywhere. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've taken one more example here. I've used a variable var and I have assigned python value to that. Okay, and I'm printing I, that means this each character from this variable. Okay, by using a for loop, and I'm also printing that particular variable. Executing this, see, I means each character, that means for first iteration it will be p, second iteration y, third iteration t, fourth iteration h, fifth iteration o, sixth iteration n. Okay, and after that it will print that variable var, that means python. So p python, y python, t python, h python, o python, n python. Even if I print it outside this block of code, print var, it will be available. See, it is available here also outside the block of code, it is printing. So it is available globally, that's why it is called as a global variable. Understood? Okay, now let's come towards the local variable. What is a local variable? Okay, so here if you see I have assigned a value 50 to a. This is a global variable. Okay, it is defined outside the block, and inside this block I have taken the same function myfunc, and I have used another variable. I have defined another variable x equals to 20. Okay, so this variable is available for me within only this block of code. If I try to execute this variable here, print x, or I will use some other name here. I will use local var. Okay, and for this I will use global var. Okay, so I have used two different names for these variables. Global variable में global var use केले, local variable में local var use केले, and I will print it here. Value of local variable is, and I will also print the value of global variable. Value of global variable is global var. Now what I will do is, first I will execute this, and then I will try to execute global and local variable outside the block of code. Okay, now this is inside the block of code. Local variable called inside the block of code, called, or more appropriate it will be local variable used inside the block of code, and here global variable used inside the block of code. Okay, so I will execute this. Sorry, I forgot to call the function. Function is my func. So you can see value of local variable is available, value of global variable also available. Okay, now after this, if I try to execute these two statements after this outside the block of code, now local variable used outside the block of code and global variable used outside the block of code. Let's see the output of this. See, it gives error. Okay, आतले दोन्ही प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट एक्झिक्यूट झाले. ओके, व्हॅल्यू ऑफ लोकल व्हेरिएबल इज, व्हॅल्यू ऑफ ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल इज, पण बाहेरचे स्टेटमेंट एक्झिक्यूट झाले नाही. ओके, here it says that local variable, here name local variable is not defined. Okay, now we have defined it, here. Okay, but it is inside the block of code. Okay, that's why it is giving us a name error. And for global, I'll print this before this local. See the output. Okay, value of global variable, what I'll write here, global variable outside the block and local variable outside the block. See, global variable ची व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला बाहेर पण अवेलेबल आहे. Okay, value of global variable outside the block, it is available. Okay, but local variable, it is not available. It gives us a name error. What is the name error? Local variable is not defined because it is only available inside the block. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Others?
त्याला कॉल का बरं नाही केला आपण सर?
कॉल केले ना आपण.
9 नंबर आणि 10 नंबर लाईनच्या खाली सपोज एंटर करून पाहू. 11 नंबर लाईनला माय फंक अप्लाय करून बघू.
हे परत फंक्शन कॉल होईल.
डबल होईल का?
डबल फंक्शन कॉल होईल. म्हणजे हेच परत एक्झिक्यूट होईल, हे दोन स्टेटमेंट. इथपासून इथपर्यंत हे फंक्शन परत एक्झिक्यूट होईल. इफ यू वॉन्ट टू सी शो यू. Okay, it is see, it will go to this call only if this statement is executed. Okay, इथेच त्याला एरर आलाय, त्यामुळे या कॉलचा प्रश्नच येत नाही. ओके, 10 नंबर लाईनला एरर आलाय. ओके, हियर वी कॅन सी एरर इज हियर. सो 11 नंबर लाईन एक्झिक्यूट होण्याचा प्रश्नच येत नाही. ओके, हा, जर तुमची 10 नंबर लाईन जर सक्सेसफुली एक्झिक्यूट झाली असती तर 11 नंबर लाईन एक्झिक्यूट झाली असती. आर यू गेटिंग?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so understood local and global, both the type of variables. समजले ना? लोकल व्हेरिएबल, ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल. समजलंय का?
Need to type this.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you create a variable with the same name inside a function, this variable will be local and can only be used inside the function. The global variable with the same name will remain as it is, global and with the original value. म्हणजे काय की तुम्ही सेम व्हेरिएबलचं नाव लोकल साठी यूज केलं आणि ग्लोबल साठी यूज केलं, दोन्हीसाठी सेम यूज केलं. ओके, so local variable will be available locally and global variable will be available globally. Okay, for example, this one. Now this is a global variable and this is a local variable. So whatever variable you are using locally, that will be available locally. Okay, for example, this you are using x here. So what is happening here? Local variable is used inside the block, or I will say used locally. Here global variable is used globally, means outside the block. Okay, आता दोन्हीकडे हेच नाव आहे. Here also we have used x and here also we have used x. Okay, but this is global and this is local. So when you are trying to use the same variable inside the block, it will consider it as a local variable. Okay, and if you are using same name outside the block, it will consider it as a global variable. ओके, म्हणजे इथे तुमची x ची व्हॅल्यू असणार आहे फॅन्टास्टिक आणि इथे तुमची x ची व्हॅल्यू असणार आहे ऑसम. ओके, लेट्स एक्झिक्यूट दिस प्रोग्राम. Here it is. Python is fantastic. That means this print statement is being executed, and Python is awesome. That means this print statement is being executed. Okay, or what I'll do is I will write here locally and globally. Here you can see Python is fantastic locally, Python is awesome globally. Got this point? Local and global with the same name. समजला हा पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
ओके.
सर,
येस.
आता इथं आपण व्हेरिएबल नेम सेम घेतलंय आणि स्ट्रिंग पण सेम घेतली दोन्ही, ग्लोबली आणि लोकली, आणि परत एकदा फंक्शन कॉल केलं शेवटी, तर मग ग्लोबलीच करेल का तो?
हेच फंक्शन कॉल होईल. फंक्शन कॉल केल्यानंतर हेच फंक्शन आहे ना माय फंक. ओके, सो व्हॉट एव्हर इज रिटर्न इन दिस माय फंक दॅट विल बी एक्झिक्युटेड. ओके, हे असंच म्हणताय ना, इथे जर मी कॉल केलं फंक्शन माय फंक, राईट.
आणि व्हेरिएबल बी सेम नेम स्ट्रिंग सेम आहे ऑसम आणि इथं बी लोकली बी ऑसमच आहे. आय मीन एक जस्ट विचारलं.
म्हणजे मला नाही कळलं.
आता एक्स व्हेरिएबल घेतले स्ट्रिंग नेम ऑसम दिली आहे
हा,
ग्लोबली
ग्लोबल. हा
आणि लोकली फॅन्टॅस्टिकच्या ऐवजी ऑसमच दिले आपण.
हा, मग ऑसमच येईल ऑब्विसली.
ऑसम ओके.
ऑसमच येईल कारण दोन्हीकडे सेम व्हॅल्यू असाइन केली आहे, लोकली पण आणि ग्लोबली पण. सो तिथे विशेष नाही, तिथे ऑसमच येईल. फॅन्टॅस्टिकचा प्रश्नच येणार नाही.
ओके. म्हणजे असं काही असं आहे का की पहिल्यांदा ग्लोबली सपोज फंक्शन नसेल तर पहिल्यांदा ग्लोबली कॉल होणार आणि नंतर लोकली असं काही आहे का रेंज? सॉरी.
नाही, तसं काही नाही. इट विल कन्सिडर इट ॲट लोकली अँड ग्लोबली. म्हणजे एक एक्झाम्पल मी दाखवतो. इथे पण ऑसम अँड लेट्स टेक हिअर ऑल्सो ऑसम. ओके, आता इथे पण काय होईल माहितीये का, दोन्हीकडे ऑसम आहे. ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल ऑल्सो हॅज द व्हॅल्यू ऑसम, लोकल व्हेरिएबल ऑल्सो हॅज द व्हॅल्यू ऑसम. ओके, बट while calling, when it is called here, it will be treated as a local variable. When it is called here, it will be treated as a global variable. I'll execute this. See, Python is awesome locally, Python is awesome globally. Okay, हे इथं लोकली लिहिले आपण, हे फक्त स्ट्रिंग आहे. ओके, इट डज नॉट चेंज द डेटा, चेंज द व्हेरिएबल्स टाईप. ओके, लोकल किंवा ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल हे याच्यावर नाहीये. मी फक्त हे तुम्हाला समजावं म्हणून लोकली आणि ग्लोबली असं लिहिलंय. ओके, but it is treating here x equals to awesome as a local variable. Here it is treating as a global variable. हा, मी जर इथे कमेंट केलं ना ह्याला, this if I comment, then it will treat this awesome as a global variable, this awesome as a global variable. दोन्हीना पण ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल म्हणून ट्रीट कर, कारण लोकल व्हेरिएबलच नाहीये. अंडरस्टूड?
ओके सर. या थँक्यू.
Okay. Next, the global keyword. Now we have seen local variable and global variable. Okay, but what if we want to set a particular local variable as a global variable? एखाद्या लोकल व्हेरिएबलला जर आपल्याला ग्लोबल म्हणून डिक्लेअर करायचं असेल, तर त्यासाठी पायथन मध्ये इथे एक प्रोव्हिजन केलेलं आहे, ग्लोबल नावाचं कीवर्ड यूज करायचं. ओके, फॉर एक्झाम्पल, हिअर दिस एक्स इज अ व्हेरिएबल. ओके, is a local variable. Here we have assigned it a value as a fantastic. Okay, and I want to declare this as a global. Okay, because here it is local variable. Okay, पण याला मला ग्लोबल म्हणून डिक्लेअर करायचंय. फक्त ब्लॉकच्या आतमध्ये मी डिक्लेअर करतोय, बट मला ग्लोबल म्हणून पाहिजे, मला बाहेर पण ऍक्सेस झालं पाहिजे. सो जस्ट यूज दिस कीवर्ड ग्लोबल space x. Okay, it will treat this x variable as a global variable. Okay, now if we here we are executing this globally. Okay, accessing the local variable outside the block of code. I will execute this. We can see here Python is fantastic. Okay, आता आहे लोकल व्हेरिएबल, पण तुम्हाला कोडच्या बाहेर, या ब्लॉक ऑफ कोडच्या बाहेर पण ऍक्सेस होता येते. समजते? समजतंय का?
येस.
Okay, so how to define a local variable and set it as a global? Use this keyword. Okay, global and space and the variable name. Okay, and then you can assign any particular value to that local variable. Okay, but due to this global keyword, it will be available globally throughout the code. We can also use the global keyword if you want to change the global variable inside the function. Okay, for example, here it is a global variable, value is awesome. Okay, but आपल्याला त्याची व्हॅल्यू चेंज करायची आहे. Just make it global and change the value, and then even if we are using this, even if we have global variable awesome, it will still treat it as a fantastic as a global variable. ओके, म्हणजे पायथन इज फॅन्टास्टिक हेच तुम्हाला आउटपुट भेटेल. पायथन इज ऑसम हे नाही भेटणार, कारण या एक्स ची व्हॅल्यू आपण चेंज केली बाय युजिंग ग्लोबल कीवर्ड. ओके, सो फक्त लोकल व्हेरिएबलला ग्लोबल बनवण्यासाठीच नाही, पण तुम्हाला एखाद्या ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू चेंज करायची असेल लोकली किंवा ग्लोबली, त्यासाठी सुद्धा तुम्ही ग्लोबल कीवर्ड यूज करू शकता. सो आय विल एक्झिक्यूट दिस अँड द आउटपुट इज पायथन इज फॅन्टास्टिक. ओके, इथे एक्स इक्वल्स टू ऑसम दिलंय, तरी पण पायथन इज फॅन्टास्टिक म्हणजे हेच आउटपुट मला भेटतंय. का तर मी याला इथे ग्लोबल ट्रीट केलं होतं. ओके, सो ग्लोबल कीवर्ड कॅन बी युज्ड फॉर मेकिंग अ लोकल व्हेरिएबल ॲज अ ग्लोबल as well as changing the value of a global variable. Got it? समजते?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we'll move towards next point now. आता global variable, local variable, this is clear. Okay. Next point is assigning a single value to multiple variables. Okay. For example, you have three variables A, B, and C. Okay. What will be your normal approach? A equals to 100, B equals to 100, C equals to 100. एकच व्हॅल्यू तिन्ही व्हेरिएबलला असाइन केली. Okay, A equals to 100, B equals to 100, C equals to 100. If we print this, you can see the values 100, 100, 100. Okay, single value is assigned to the multiple variables. This is the normal approach. Okay, but in Python, you have an advanced approach. You can use it in this way. A equals to B equals to C equals to 150. म्हणजे काय होईल? या तिन्ही व्हेरिएबलला A, B आणि C या तिन्ही व्हेरिएबलला एकच व्हॅल्यू असाइन होईल 150. If I execute this, you can see here 150, 150, 150. Okay, understood how to assign a single value to multiple variables?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next, how to assign multiple values to multiple variables. आता सिंगल व्हॅल्यू एकच व्हॅल्यू असाइन करायचं आपण बघितलंय. ओके, बट हाऊ टू असाइन मल्टिपल व्हॅल्यूज, वेगवेगळ्या व्हॅल्यूज असाइन करायचे वेगवेगळ्या व्हेरिएबल्सला. ओके, सो कन्व्हेन्शनल अप्रोच, नॉर्मल अप्रोच इज इन दिस वे. A equals to 100, B equals to 200, C equals to 300, and we will see the output. Here A is 100, B is 200, C is 300. Okay, this is the normal approach. Advanced approach, here you can use in the same way A comma B comma C and with the same sequence. Okay, 100, 200, or 10, 20, 30. Okay, so 10 will be assigned to A, 20 will be assigned to B, and 30 will be assigned to C in the same sequence. Okay, A साठी 10, B साठी 20, C साठी 30. Okay, so instead of wasting three different lines, you can do it in a single line in this way. Understood how to assign multiple values to multiple variables?
Even different values also, right?
Yes, different values. Yeah, different values आहेत 10, 20, and 30.
I mean different data type.
Yes, different data types also. You see, you can I'll show you an example. Let's take x comma y comma z equals to I will use 10 for x, then something say h for y, and I will use a float data type for z, let's say 3.14. okay, sorry, 3.14, and I will print this x comma y comma z. You can see the output here, 10 yach 3.14. okay, three different data types of three different variables and three different values. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then how to delete a variable? You can use a keyword, Python keyword del, for deleting a variable. Okay. Now before this, let me show you what do we have in variable a. If I execute this a, we have a value 10 in this. Okay, it is showing the output. It is returning the value of a as 10. After I use this del keyword, this variable will be deleted. Okay, त्या variable मध्ये तो variableच delete केलाय. Okay, and if I try to execute this now, it shows me name error because variable a has been deleted. Understood how to delete a variable? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then after this, we have a variable b. It has value 20. Deleted. B gives me name error. Just a second. आहे ना. साधारण 1000 वगैरे छोट्या पण दोनशे थोडं जाड मध्ये नाही तर बारीक मध्ये जाड जाड मध्ये कसं साखळी जाड का साखळी जाड म्हणजे मनी मनी नसतात का जाड जाड म्हणजे कशी मनी काय काय जाड जाड मध्ये मग माळी कशी होती दाखवतो असं घालते ना
हे केवढं आहे?
माळ सापरी एवढा अख्खी माळ आहे का एवढी नाही म्हणजे ती काय तीन तीन माळ्यांची येतं बघ असं ते नाही असं तीन माळी बेंटेक्स मध्ये कलर
याचं पॅन्ट ते
पेंडंट मी घेतलं कसं
एक ह्याच्यात किती वाटणार?
किती वाजले होते आता? 8:30 हा 8:30